Hello, good morning. It is sometime in the middle of March, the 11th, I think, yeah. Still here, still a head teacher, still have ADHD. Um, a busy week, an interesting week. Started last week with me listening to an interview between Prince Harry and Gabor Mate, which was fascinating. And whatever you think, it was fascinating watching two people talk about issues that are important to everyone, to do with parenting, to do with trauma, to do with um, what parenting is, how important parenting is, how important our upbringing is, and whether you have judgments about Prince Harry and the royal family. It was interesting to put those aside and listen to what was being said. What was also interesting is that Gabor Mate, who I have an awful lot of time for, having read his stuff and having watched him, obviously never met him, don't really know his context personally, but he sort of diagnosed Prince Harry with what he referred to as ADHD, which didn't surprise me at all. I then tweeted something and someone came at me and said I was unprofessional because ADD hasn't been used as a term since whenever, and that I was unprofessional as a head teacher to be tweeting about this, which just sent me into a real place of shame, anxiety, just actually really, really unpleasant feelings. Um, and That wasn't good at all. But I managed then to just sort of move on from that and think, okay, that's someone's opinion of me based on something. They don't know me, not someone that I'm close to, not someone that I see every day. So therefore, they've made a judgment through a tweet. And it got me thinking, Twitter maybe isn't all it, well, I knew this before, it's not all it's set up to be. But then I had some really lovely interactions again on Twitter with people who I do know and I have had relationships with for a long time, personally and actually face to face. And so that was that. Week has been incredibly hard because I am teaching a lot. Absolutely loving the teaching, but then the absolute overwhelm of then having all my head teacher work to do in time that I don't have is tricky, but hopefully manageable in the long term. And then also my husband was away, so I had sort of other things to think about in terms of jobs that I don't normally do. Hardly anything, to be honest, because he's so brilliant. He sets everything up and it's easy to do. But just a couple of extra things. But actually, one of them was walking the dog in the morning because it was the most beautiful day. Every day it was sunny and crisp and cold. That was a joy. But also then at the end of the week, I started to become really tired. I wasn't sleeping because I was worrying. And this is the bit of today's video, is that the impact of sleep on ADHD is phenomenal. And everyone says it, but it's like that thing of, it, but you forget in your life, you forget it. Russell Barkley talks about that. Here's what you know, and here's your life where you don't do it. And the sleep thing is so crucial to this because on Thursday and Friday, or Thursday I was quite tired, but managed to get through the day being very positive and upbeat. Friday I was exhausted, didn't sleep, got up feeling wretched, and just really, really felt, was ready. I thought, I just can't do this. And that catastrophic thinking came in. I'm a rubbish head teacher. I can't do this. I can't even teach. I can't. And panic coming in of like, oh my gosh, I've said this to them and done this and, and this. And that is just from not sleeping well. And that's how life can be. And the trouble is, for many of us, if we don't have supportive people around us to step in and go, no, you can do it, that's when we quit a job. And that's why so many people with ADHD have a track history of walking out of jobs that probably they were perfectly capable of, but just overwhelm and tiredness. And that's hard. And it's not to say that it doesn't feel like that, because yesterday I felt wretched, and when I came home I felt wretched, and today I'm absolutely exhausted. And I literally couldn't stay awake last night, which is, unheard of for me, really, because I'm on the go all the time. So I think it's just something important. And I wrote a poem, which I am going to just finish with. I'm wearing this necklace today. A year ago or so, a very, very lovely friend of mine went to Israel and brought this back, and it's a pomegranate. And Jewish people will know the significance of the pomegranate, and she gave it to me to remind me of the seeds and of the things that I do. And yeah, so that's why I'm wearing that, because I need that reminder that people believe in me and think I have good in me. So this is a poem I wrote, and this is it's based on IFS, it's based on lots of stuff. Today, by some miracle, was a miracle. Yesterday, as anticipated, a disaster. Tomorrow, anybody's guess, except that my brain is anticipating disaster, so planning accordingly. Catastrophic thinking, they call it. Don't worry, they say. It's never as bad as you think. I'm worried, I say. It might be. And so I prepare. Plan A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. Little me had the energy, the sharp brain, the wiry physique, and an army of internal helpers to fight against the catastrophe. Plans A to Z. Z when resident here, Z when resident in Big Bird's land. But older me is getting rather tired. And with the tiredness, so the worry grows, rather than decreasing as I'd hoped. Still never safe enough. Still never good enough. Still never me enough. I could probably make an acrostic, A to Z, A through Z, for all the terrors deep in me. And some have happened. Some have not. But what if true catastrophe might never happen in this life of mine, but happened long before, to those who fought, loved, tried the best they could to plaster over, heal, protect me from the terrors they had known. The war, the loss, the unimaginable horrors of a time that no child would or could or should live through. And so my army fights, as if defending against the horrors of the life they'd lived. The wind has blown, and here I am. He lied. She died. And here I am. The things I've tried to fight against have happened nonetheless. So now I try a different way to stem the flood and heal the world through words and love, to tell a truth and soothe that babe in song. And so tomorrow, if it comes, will be what it will be. There we go. I think I forgot the last bit there. Yeah, that's about a lot of things, but I'm going to stop it there and say, stay well, stay safe. If you're struggling, there will be another day, and sleep helps a lot, and connection with other people helps a lot, and love wins. There we go. And yeah, and Twitter may not, its days may be numbered for me, because if it's helpful, I think it's helpful, but I can't do it if people are going to be horrible. There's no need for that, is there? And sometimes their horribleness isn't maybe even intended, it's just the way you pick it up. So anyway, stay well, stay safe, take care, keep in touch. Thank you so much if you have been in touch, and bye for now.